I've now come further north and I've reached Stotterston. If I pan eastwards, the village is about half a mile that way. And here you can clearly see the embankment that the railway line ran on. If I take a look on the north side, the railway line ran through these woods. Well, if I go back to the book, we can see Stotterston Holt here clearly in 1938. I can only guess that this must have been somewhere around here. There is also another picture in the book of a train leaving Stotterston station. One thing I've learned about this line so far is how remote it is out here. I've already got lost a couple of times and it's really difficult to navigate this area. Having said that, it's an outstanding area of natural beauty. This line, as I said earlier, was built for the quarries and freight traffic, but passenger services did run on the line. I don't think though that the line was ever built with passengers in mind particularly. When it opened in 1908 there were still only 2 trains running per day, and that was only on certain weekdays, and the line itself was only open to regular passenger transport for about 30 years, so its history in terms of passenger transport was very, very short. The 2 trains that worked on the line were called Cleobury and Burwarton, named after 2 of the stations obviously. These trains, as far as I'm aware, remained in traffic for the 30 years of its running. Well, I've come about 1.5 miles north and this is Aston Botterill. At this venue there were some sidings which were possibly on the right hand side of the track, which we can see clearly in front of me. Well, if I look northwards we can see the track is clearly marked as well. A little more compact here, so my guess would be the sidings were on the south side. If we look back on the south side again, I think the sidings were more likely to have been around here to the right hand side of the track bed. Well, I've come north about another mile on a long straight track and I've reached Burwarton. This is the track looking south. If we now pan to the north, we can see the track continuing. But as you look north here, we've got the best bit of railway evidence so far on my journey. You can clearly see the remains of Burwarton station on the right. Now if I zoom in, which I've just done now, you can clearly see the structure of the old station platform. Now there's a couple of good pictures of Burwarton station in the book. This picture here is taken from the north side and the picture below is taken from the south side, fairly close to where I'm standing. Well, this is the track about another mile further north and we're coming up to Cleobury Crossing. Also pictured in the book are these sidings at Cleobury North Crossing, and looking at the turning to the left at the top of the picture, I still think that must be roughly where that is, just there in the distance. Once again, if we look in the book, we've got a picture of a train arriving at Cleobury North Crossing, and I'm pretty certain that picture is taken where we've just been looking there. As we look north now towards Ditton Priors, we can see the track continues in its straight line. In fact, it goes as straight as far as I can see. Unfortunately, the track between here and Ditton Priors is a bit hard to access, as the private track sign suggests. So from here I'm going to have to get to the other side near Ditton Priors. And this is what's left of the station at Ditton Priors. It's now a trading estate. If you look in the book again, here's a train arriving at Ditton Priors. And there is this characteristic water tank. If we take another look at that picture with the water tank, you can just see it there over the top of that building. I've zoomed in there and you can see it quite clearly almost the same as in the book. And here is the water tower at the station close up. Well, apart from the line here that going down to Cleobury, there was also the incline railway up the hill in the distance there to bring the stone down. So the stone came from the quarries and was transported from Ditton Priors station. Here in the book we can see the route of the incline railway from the top of Clee Hill down into Ditton Priors. The book also shows us 2 pictures of the incline railway. Ditton Priors is right in the background at the top of the picture. Well, I've reached the end of my journey. A railway line that's in one of the most remotest but most beautiful parts of Shropshire. If you want to learn more about this line, you can go to my website www.shropshirerailways.co.uk. You can also look at Lost Railways of Shropshire and the book which I've been using today, Cleobury Mortimer and Ditton Priors Light Railway.